Welcome back to another episode of Psychonaut Sessions. My friends, my ladies and gentlemen, people, I'm here with my bestie, Aaron Conaway.
That's me.
Ultraverse.
We're getting some Prime.
Yeah, Prime number 4. We're continuing our Prime segments. What's your thoughts on this cover? We're going to be tackling Prototype today.
So if I remember right, didn't they do another cover of this where Prototype was on top?
Yep.
So I definitely like this one better. Because I like Prime better. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's another instance where Breyfogle does this thing, and at this point, I'm assuming that it's intentionally through the story that Prime does not know how to control. He has no poker face.
Yeah.
So there are times where he looks frightening as hell, and right now, Prototype looks like he's about to die.
Yeah. You know, we've been very complimentary of Breyfogle's covers, as we should, because he's great. But I'm gonna make a complaint. Just like a little too much similarity.
Certainly between 2 and 4.
Yeah, but we also got the same kind of like V stance.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, come on, dude. Let's have some differentiation in the covers here a little bit, but still, they're all really well executed. Right. I just wanted to point that out.
No, that's fair.
It's like when you're flipping through the box and you're like, wait a minute, didn't I just flip through that issue? That's what the problem I had. I was like, didn't I just pull this one out? Oh no, wait, I gotta really look at the number. All right. Okay, let's dig in. Yeah.
Shaq Heroes.
Shaq. I didn't notice that until you just said Shaq Heroes. I don't like this splash page. I've loved all of his other splash pages, but this one's just a little too, like, I don't know. Not a huge fan. We have the same creative team. We're always going to give our props to Tim. I think we are more highly praising Tim Eldred and his lettering than anything else.
Tim's the one area that I haven't had a note. Like,
yeah,
everybody else, like the colorist did once, because once Kevin was blonde instead of. But your point in that episode was that maybe it was the paper, and that's a fair point.
Yeah. Although we are, if you can tell by the sheen, we're back to glossy.
You're back to glossy. Yeah.
And I was actually disappointed because I really liked the newsprint and it kind of upset me. We are back to double splash pages, so this is cool. This is a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Smacking Prototype away. Not much to say here. But we're getting some just like really crazy, just like boom, 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 like action sequences. Ultimately, what was weird about this in terms of the writing, we're getting a little bit of that kind of 90s stereotype tropey sort of. So I guess Prototype, which we don't know this yet because we haven't gotten that far in the Prototype story in the Prototype books, but I guess he's Hispanic or something, and I guess he's kind of just talking in this like Latino gangster way, and Prime is 100% like, I don't like the way guys like that. He talks like he's in a gang, and has this like memory of like encountering some gang dudes on the street who basically they just kind of like, shut up or whatever. And I guess
I didn't pick up Hispanic at all. All I got, he calls him a punk, which I was like, what?
Oh, I think I know that because of the Ultra Force cartoon, probably.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so that probably is where I picked that up.
So I was going to say, otherwise, Kevin's racist as hell.
Oh yeah, so this Latino. This is Loco's turf.
Well, I mean, that's okay.
Locos, man.
I understand, but
yeah. And it's
Weird
not,
time to have a flashback, Kevin.
it's not me, man. It's Gerard Jones and Len Strazewski. So they're the ones. So they keep fighting, and they're both. This is what I found very interesting about the heroes of the Ultraverse so far. They're both just hot-headed assholes, really. Yeah. Like there's nobody's being heroic here. They're both just being complete jerks. They're wrecking the set. Incredible action, incredible, like everything's great here, but they're both just being total jerks until somebody starts screaming in the background, "Hey, my God, there's like people in trouble." And they're like, "Oh, I guess we better do something." But even when they do, they're like, especially Prototype is like trying to he's only helping these people because he's trying to one up Prime. He's trying to be like, "Oh, this will make me look better than Prime looks."
Yep. Nope. I agree.
Yeah, which is cool. It's cool that, you know, they're flawed in that way. But I guess Prime got hit with some kind of microwave blast.
Well, yeah, Prototype does it. Yeah, he focuses on him, and
so he's starting to melt. And as a result, like, he's trying to carry this flaming truck away, but debris is falling, and a piece of debris hits Prototype, and he thinks that Prime did it on purpose.
Yeah, it's deliberate.
But here he is, like melting again.
Yeah.
This is actually some of my favorite parts. I love this shit when he doesn't have any more control, and it's even in an emergency situation, and then he's like screwed.
Yep.
And then this poor boy suffocating again inside of this goop. God, this is so well done. This is where the coloring really shines along with Breyfogle's art.
Right.
But he gets a rescuer this time. God, that is so good looking.
Yeah. Scorch.
And it's Papa.
This was a nice surprise. Yeah, I was cool with this. That Dad was like, "Nope, I know what's up. Do this, do that."
Yeah.
Poor Mom, though. Like,
let's keep this from Mom, kind of things. We're not going to worry Mom. I'm going to say now, being married to the feminist that I am married to, if I was to keep something like this from her about one of my children, she would castrate me and then some.
Well, just not only the keeping of the secret, but of the like, no, you can't go to the hospital. He's a man. He's fine. Right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. And it's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah. But yeah, so Dad knows what's up, but still isn't sharing everything with Kevin, and he's kind of trying to protect him. He's trying to like.
Or I guess he fears what's up. I guess he doesn't fully know yet.
He doesn't fully get it, but he knows it has something to do with his own past,
right?
Of some kind of something he was involved in, and he's trying to just kind of isolate Kevin from the worry of his mother as well as everything else. Takes him into the garage, gets him some clothes. I think some of the shadow choices we were talking about in the previous episode, I think it's just kind of Norm Breyfogle's style.
Yeah.
You know, because, I don't know, he does it a lot. Oh, this is the one where I was like, do you remember this? Who this Twilight character is?
No. Should I?
When Billy Stevens dreams, it's more than just visions in his sleep. Instead, his dreams become reality. After his most horrible of nightmares gains life and goes on a killing spree, Twilight must bring his creation to justice. I don't remember that. It's supposed to be from PK. The design is by PK Russell.
Really? Wow, this is an Ultraverse book?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember seeing anything like this at all. I don't know if it was in any of the other books as just like a side character. But I'm like, ooh. Tell me more.
Wonder if it ever came out.
I don't know. But that's all they say about it. So anyway, that's what I had to say here. And so now we're suddenly getting a connection into Jesus. Hell is a good man. We're getting
hell of a connection.
This connection into Mantra. and where we were at in Mantra when Boneyard captured Mantra. You can look at our Ultraverse series of Mantra. But you get this, like, so he's going into his dimension. He kidnaps Mantra and takes her into because he's going to marry her. But we get this, like, demon character that's somehow, like, in some kind of limbo area and is connected to Boneyard and gets, like, released into the Ultraverse world.
Which, that was confusing as hell for me for a second. I was like, wait, what? Who is... This dude wasn't in Mantra? What?
Yeah,
but
it was
then I realized,
confusing.
This is just like a little retcon. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because in the Mantra series, they don't talk about like all these weird demon things that are somehow in Boneyard's service or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, I think it's still kind of a mystery. But then we get Billy. He's watching. This was another one of those confusing choices by Breyfogle. I was like, wait, what? Who? But
it's
this
Kevin, not Billy. Everybody.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Sorry. But he's watching, or it's on the TV, this like particular cartoon character that he like Maxi Man, and his mom's like, just stay home. You can fake sick and we'll watch your cartoon. He's like, I don't watch cartoons anymore, Mom.
Yeah.
And he takes off.
I'm a big boy.
This woman reminds me of our moms. It's like poor
Quite
lady.
a bit, actually.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, much like I was saying earlier, my mom would not have just been like, oh, okay, that sounds like he's dying, but I guess if you say no doctors, no doctors. Like, she wouldn't have gone that far, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty close.
I think my mom would have.
Your dad is a doctor, so yeah, that's a little different.
No doctors. And my mom would be like, if you say so. And now we got a sequence with a buddy of his, which we're never actually like properly introduced to. I mean, he's named Scott, but he's not been introduced yet.
Right. He just shows up.
Very 80s kind of dress, actually. I don't remember anybody in the 90s wearing something like this, but he's trying to connect and Kevin's pushing him away. And
freak out mode. That's pretty much all Kevin does anymore is freak out mode.
That quick mark looks like it's standing. What the hell? That got devoured last. But anyway, yeah, Kevin pretty much pushes him away, and he's like, screw you. Never mind.
Nobody likes you anyway.
Yeah, because he's not opening himself up to his friendship like you and I do. And then these other kids are just giving him a hard time, and this is what another one of those things we talked about in the last couple episodes where Kevin's just like, there's this part of him that's like, yeah, if I turn into Prime, maybe
I'll kill you all.
Yeah, Prime can make everybody take sick little Kevin seriously. And it's like, whoa, dude, calm your shit. So this demon thing is going through the Hollywood studios and is like, I'm attracted to pain and chaos and I need more of it. And then goes into the animation studio nearby and goes inside of a picture of Maxi Man.
It's a nice little callback to the battle with Prototype. I was cool with that.
Yep. And so here we get more of a sequence where Kelly and Courtney are kind of talking and Kevin tries to insert himself. And Kevin just kind of decides, I'm going to throw out there that we have a mutual friend named Prime. And that gets Kelly's attention and pushes Courtney away. And so Kevin is leveraging that as a way to kind of connect. I mean, look at the smug shit. Like, this is like, come on, dude.
Like, in rereading this is playing more like the origin of a supervillain than a superhero. Like, he's making the choices that are selfish.
Yeah. Which is like, I mean, having raised teenagers, they're selfish little demons.
Sure. Having been one, I remember.
Yeah. But like, he's still like, he wants to do the right thing. He just doesn't understand, And so he's kind of just like leveraging that whole thing. This is where she kind of really starts diving into, her feelings for Prime and that like
just how messed up everything is.
Yeah. And Kevin internally is like, how do I not like screw this up? And am I not doing, maybe I'm not doing the right thing here. And this is where she starts what she's talking about him, like she likes him, and then is like, he's a grown up, and I'm like, this is like messed up. I think we shouldn't be talking about this anymore. And it even brings up the Coach Meyer thing,
Right.
being a pervert, and then they get interrupted by an explosion, and they go to investigate, and she thinks it's Prime, so she's like, oh, I can see Prime. And it turns out it's Maxi Man, and it's the cartoon. It's the actual like cartoon, and Kevin's freaking out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's my hero. And he's doing evil stuff. He's just destroying everything. And so we get a final splash page of like they're getting ready to tussle. So we know what next issue is going to look like.
I actually really dig the animated look of him.
I do too.
I think that's a lot of fun. It's Maxi Man's got a very like Who Framed Roger Rabbit sequence here.
100%. Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. So much fun. And Norm does a great job, even though like his style hasn't actually changed, but he does a great job of just differentiating the real world from the animated kind of version.
Well, and that too is on Keith Conroy for color here, so I'm
true.
Toot that horn a little bit. Like the coloring there, it's really sold that this is an animated character.
I agree. Look at this. We're seeing some different ads now.
You just had to ask.
I did in the last video, didn't I?
Yeah.
Firearm. We've got to find. So I'm sure this video is on YouTube, and we should have a viewing together, and then we should review Firearm Zero, the movie. That would be fun. Cool. All right. Well, it's a fun issue. I'm still having a pretty good time. I wasn't crazy about Prototype and the way that he was. I really want to go back and visit the Prototype books after reading this, but it was still fun. I'm still enjoying Prime. I don't feel oversaturated like I was feeling with Mantra at this point.
No, I'm not either. My little nitpick complaint here is that I was really hoping for, and I would have remembered it, so I guess it was naive to think that it was going to be this way, but I was like, oh man, I wonder if this is going to be like Thor 385, where it's Hulk and Thor, and they're going to like Prototype and Prime are going to fight across the whole thing, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it was only for like a quarter or third of the issue or something. But
and you're right, they're both coming at it from a very similar viewpoint, where they just want to beat the other guy, and so yeah, it landed. It could have been cooler. But
I'm with you. Like they are trying to introduce a lot of story elements, which is cool because that's their focus is on story. But with a character like Prime, it would be cool to just see one full issue of a knockout drag out, like beginning to end,
just of a plot point. Because as we're getting closer to when I quit collecting to begin with, back in the day, I'm actually starting to remember why I did. And it lends itself to what you just said. Like, it never got... And I'll see how I feel now as an adult. But as a kid, I was never sure-footed in the plot. Like, it was always... We got a little bit last issue of Prime of like, okay, so he's from the shop type situation. His parents, had whatever medical tests that led to him being Prime. But then it shifts again, and it shifts so it just kept shifting, and there was never any sturdy place for me to just chill, and there was never that moment where the X-Men play baseball issue.
Yeah.
Like it never just slowed down. And maybe that was by design, but that's part of the reason when it came time to cut books, it got cut.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, very good point, dude. Very good.
Anyhow.
All right.
That's Prime 4.
Yes, Prime 4. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing Prime number 5 next. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Please go to Aaron's Patreon and his website, buy his books. Do the same for me. Support us and our families. We love you all. Take it easy out there. Keep it psycho.